Welcome! Yes, we're back on the bed. So,
In the same clothes.
this week we're looking at Bloons.
Tower Defense.
Right. Different game entirely.
I don't think we've ever actually played Bloons. I think I might have done it like once, and it's throwing darts at a dartboard with balloons on it.
I wouldn't know. I never played it at all. I can say that I played Bloons Tower Defense 4 extensively, I want to say it was, when I was younger, but I never played the original. So going back to the original was a little bit strange.
Yeah, it was simplistic.
I don't think simplistic does it justice. A little underdone, underlooked at, like...
Underwhelming?
Underwhelming would be a good word. I was particularly unimpressed by, for instance, the tack launcher. Potentially supposed to be one of the most useful upgrades. It costs so much, but you're better off getting a basic monkey, setting it somewhere, and giving it both upgrades for the same price as just buying a tack launcher, and it'll have more of an effect than the tack launcher will.
No, that's a bit more than the price of the tack launcher.
If it is, it's
Tack
barely.
launcher base price is $400. Two monkeys upgrades is like $600 total. But you need both the tack upgrades to get it
No,
useful.
it wasn't. It was $100, $100, and a $200 monkey. That's $400.
$250 monkey.
All right, that's
a
$450.
$210 and $100.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right, so it's still only about $650.
The one that underwhelmed me was the freezing tower.
Oh, the freezing tower is useless.
Yeah.
The freezing tower actually goes against your progress.
Even if you have the bomb towers next to it.
It doesn't help, because the bomb towers only do so much. The freezing towers aren't very useful. And then at that point, everything else just can't destroy it.
And speaking of bomb towers, I did not feel that explosion hit everything hit the explosion even.
Oh, it 100% didn't. 110% didn't. Here's the explosion. Here's what's getting hit. You'll see the explosion, and you'll just see basic red balloons go right through the explosion. If anything should be being taken out, it's the basic one-hit beginning balloons. So hitboxes were janky. Do you disagree, though, that tack towers were just useless?
I mean, I usually used one around that first curve, just thin stuff down a bit.
Yeah, but it still didn't feel like it did anything there.
Not a lot, no. I mean, part of that could be we're comparing it to the saw upgrade and later ones where it actually hit everything, not just the first balloon that happened to be in that section.
But I mean,
but still.
did you even get a super monkey? I did. I played until I got a super monkey. It was useless.
Really?
Pretty much. The targeting is poor. All of them will just target things, and you're like, why are you targeting that? It's clearly a tower defense game in its infancy. But there were already better tower defense games out there at this time. And it's just one big, long level that you have to start all the way over if you want to play again.
Yeah.
Overall, as tower defense games go, I mean, it had a speed up button. That was useful. It did. In the corner. It did.
I don't remember seeing this.
Overall, though, I mean, it was mostly competent, but...
I mean, I did try 3 times just because I enjoy it a little, but I've always kind of enjoyed tower defense games.
But if you didn't have to play it for the review, would you have tried it 3 times, or would you have tried it once and then played a later Bloons?
Well, I probably would have gone to a later one.
Yeah.
The fact that there are later ones, they're
Or
always
any
improving
other
on it.
or any other tower defense game.
I do like the simplicity of just having to pop balloons that are different colors as their upgrades instead of having to remember actually different things.
So, I mean, that's one good thing to be said for it. But it's one good thing out of dodgy hitboxes, poor design, poor upgrade system, like ineffective weapons, never feeling like you're getting as much as you should for your money, or that you're getting as much money as you should for what you're doing.
Yeah. Each balloon that pops is 1 gold. And then at the end of a round, you get decreasing amounts from 100.
Yeah. So you're getting less money as time goes on, and you're still fighting harder and harder balloons, and they're like, oh, well,
Well, you get
when
more
the
from
balloon...
balloons.
Well, what is it? A white balloon pops into a green balloon that pops into a yellow balloon
Yeah,
that pops into a blue balloon that pops into a red balloon, which you pop. So you get 5 gold instead of 1.
No,
but
whites pop into 2 blacks, which pop into 2 yellows, which pop into greens. Actually, are whites even in the first one? I didn't make that far.
whites are in it.
I only got to the blacks. Blacks pop into 2 yellows, which are green, blue, red.
So red, blue, green, yellow, and there's 2 yellows, so that's 8 out of a black, so 9 gold. But instead of 1 gold, but it doesn't actually make enough of a difference that you can buy anything because every upgrade is so expensive. You can spend your whole round and just barely have enough money to buy a basic thrower monkey. And then you hit the end game where I got to. Well, I hope it was the end game. I don't know if there's actually an ending to this game.
Which balloons were coming in? Were you on to the 2nd level of blimps yet?
We didn't have blimps, no.
You weren't near the end game yet.
Oh, jeez. One
Because
good
I
thing,
remember the Moabs were in that, and there's one that has 2 Moabs in it.
one good thing I can say is with every level there was a little comment from the developers, and they'd taken the time to put a different little comment on every single level that would be amusing but give some feedback on the level. That was kind of neat.
Or at least was amusing, not necessarily about the level.
Yeah. It
Or
could just
warning
be
about the next level coming up. Like one I specifically remember is something about this next round should be easy. It's like 7,000 blue balloons. You should be fine.
Yeah. Although when I got up to my point, they were just like, man, I hope you didn't lose lives early in the game because you're going to start losing them now. And I'm like, if that's your statement, that you're guaranteeing no matter how well I did, I'm going to be losing lives now, maybe you needed to go back in and tweak your game design. Maybe. So overall,
Or it could just be them trying to insult your playing ability.
Maybe. But I would say that I don't think the original Bloons is really worth people's time.
Nah. Go to one of the later ones.
Yeah, or any other tower defense game. I'm sure we'll review more later.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, for now, we can't really pass you a good tower defense game, but we'll see you 2 weeks from now with our next discovery.